But somehow people still think I can't pass. So, it's always an interesting thing, to get a career high in assists when you guys are making shots. And that made my job a lot easier tonight. And the Raptors doing a great job of funneling me into space. And I was just trying to find open guys. And Al was under there a few times, as well as our shooters. So just feeling good about the basketball and taking over when needed.
Kyrie, is it kind of frustrating at times when you guys play so well, and then there's just the inconsistencies just come out of nowhere tonight? You guys play a pretty complete game. I mean, can you capsule that and bottle it up, or?
Well, I think that it just comes with our maturity as a team and as a whole. I did a poor job of setting an example for these young guys of what it's like to get something out of your teammates. And, you go and you say something publicly and it ends up being, received in so many different ways. And, you never know how fragile or what guys are going through when you say things like that. And you're expecting results, but at the same time, I should have kept it in-house. So, going forward, I want to test these young guys, but not publicly like that. I want to get the best out of them, but I can't do it publicly like that. That was a learning experience for me of being in this position of really realizing the magnitude of my voice and what I mean to this group of guys. And I wanted to see them do well in order to do that. I got to empower them. JB was right. I got to do the right things and really not point fingers at individuals and really realize what we can do as a group, despite what we're doing on the road or the mishaps we may have. I've been there in the championship. I've tasted it, but I can't expect that they're going to get it right away either. So just really working on my patience and really coming in and just helping these guys realize we can do it against the best teams, but in order to be that championship level team, we got to do it every single night against every team and prove to not just the Raptors of Golden State that we can play with them. We got to prove it to every team in the league that we can really bury them. So that's just the confidence that we got to have in the mindset. So I think we're getting it.
You've been in their shoes, though. I mean, you've been the young guy, and you've had older players pull you aside and tell you what you thought they think you needed to do, but you didn't think you needed to do it. How tough is that to translate the message?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you one thing. Obviously, this is something that it was a big deal for me because I had to call Bron, and tell him, I apologize for being that young player that wanted to everything at his fingertips, and I wanted everything to be at my threshold. I wanted to be the guy that led us to championship. I wanted to be the leader. I wanted to be all that, and the responsibility of being the best player in the world and leading a team is something that's not meant for many people. And Brown was one of those guys that came to Cleveland and tried to really show us what it's like to win a championship, and it was hard for him. And sometimes getting the most out of the group, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Yeah. And like I said, only a few are meant for it or chosen for it. And I feel like the best person to call was him because he's been in the situation. He's been there with me, where I've been the young guy of being a 22-year-old kid, and won everything right now. Coming off an All-Star year, starting, and then this heck of a presence comes back, and now I got to adjust my game to this guy. And you take it personal, but at the end of the day, he just wants what's best, and he has a legacy he wants to leave, and he has a window he wants to capture. So I think what that brought me back to is like, all right, how do I get the best out of this group, the success they had last year, and then helping them realize what it takes to win a championship.
You called him this week?
Oh, relax. Relax. We're good. All right, relax, okay?
No,
one question at a time, because when you bring up Bron, of course, it brings extra credit.
When did you call?
I called him after the Orlando, after we came into Orlando.
What did he say to you when you talked to him?
Well, obviously our conversation is private, but I gave you a great,
okay.
great synopsis of what the conversation was like. So it was just a lot of responsibility that I had to take as a young player, being in that shoes, and then understanding where our young guys are and how much responsibility I have to help teach them things and help them do the little things to win a championship.
How did you kind of come to that realization that your comments were hurting, or whatever you came to the realization?
Well, I don't think they were hurtful, because I think my intent was really just set in stone that I want to win, and I don't think probably it came out the best way that I wanted to. And coming to that point, I've been on a team where things have been said publicly, and it's not the best way to get the most out of the group. And, you do everything as the leader of the team to get the most out of the group, and sometimes it may not be received as well as you would like, and you just got to live with that. You got to live what everyone says, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And, be in this position. This is something new for me, you know. So I take it with a grain of salt, you know, and I just enjoy all of it. So, you know, having that moment to be able to call a guy like that, where, you know, we've been through so much, you know, where we won a championship together. We're the one of 31 teams, 32 teams to ever do something like that. And it took a lot, and, you know, to think that our road could have been easier, you know, and now I'm in this position. I asked for this, and I want this, and I want the responsibility, and I take it on full force. But it's also good to reach out for help and really take responsibility for what you've done in your career. It takes a real man to go back and look, you know, call somebody and be like, hey, man, like, I was young. I made some mistakes. I wasn't seeing the big picture like you were. I didn't have the end of the season in mind. I just wanted to get my stats and, you know, make all-star games. Like, and, you know, in his career, it means like this much at that point. So it's like, you know, so it's just good. You know, and it gave me a peace of mind, too, to go about what I got to go do. And, you know, obviously I'm going to be competing against him, the best, and everybody else in the league. But it was good.
So him being a Laker, did you help out a Celtic though? Him being a Laker had no trouble helping out a Celtic.
So, I mean, our history runs a little bit deeper than, obviously, the rivalry. So,
okay.
Like, when we go, obviously, when they come here, I'm going to try to kick his ass. You know, he knows that. So, it's all friendly competition, but, you know, obviously, we still want to beat each other.
Thank you.